Hi everyone, Frederick here, Simple System Trading. This video is about a case study someone sent to me to go over and ask me if this could be traded with my Simple System Trading auto trading study. And of course it can, and I will show you how to do it based on share chart building studies and the SST Autotrading study. So what are the rule sets here? For long, we have a 40 EMA and an 80 EMA, and we have a CCI crossing. That's the long condition. We have an entry, initial stop, we have a move to break even, and we have a target. That can all be set in the SST AT study, and I will show you that in a bit. And there is another condition here to exit an active trade in case this changes, the 1 or the 2 changes. We're going to go through that. First, we're going to issue the signal, the long signal. I prepared a chart book here already. We'll go through the studies one by one and then add the SST AT to show you how that works. I will leave the chart book below the video so you can test things out yourself. First, there's the CCI study added to the chart. Let's get this out of the way. And the CCI is pretty default in its settings. I changed it to 21. And I'm also showing the 0 line, the SD2 here for reference. The 40 EMA is here. I just basically changed the names, the color, and the length setting for 40 and 80. So they show up right here. And then we have the long signal. The long signal is identified in that email I showed. And let's have a look at how that is constructed. This is a color bar based on alert condition study. It's right here in the available studies in share chart. What I always do, I name the study. In this case want to see the signal actually on the chart, so I'm choosing a background transparent color here for the signal. And we need to identify that alert condition. In this case, it's an AND statement of the 40 EMA being greater than the 80 EMA. That's this one. ID2 SG1. ID2 is the ID of the 40 EMA study. SG1 is the moving average value. If that's greater than ID3, which is the 80 EMA study, SG1 is the moving average value. So that takes care of that rule. The second one is the CCI. Cross from below is a simple alert condition formula that's in share chart. You can use that to identify the cross. So cross from below of the CCI value with the 0 line. So if that happens, we have a long condition, and let's unhide that and show you where that happens. So here you see the actual signal bars of this condition. And this we can use as a reference in the auto trading study to initiate trades. We have the long exit condition as well to take care of. So that's also a color bar based on alert condition. I named it differently so we can reference it later. And the long exit has a different color and a different alert condition. In this case, it's an OR statement, any of these conditions. So if the 40 reverses, so 40 is smaller, less than the 80, if that happens, or if the cross is not from above, but from, not from below, but from above, we have a reversal condition as well. And we want to exit the trade. So that's the rule for the long exit. So if we show that, we will see the blue background bars taking care of that condition. So we're almost there. We have the short side still, and then we can add the SST AT. So for the short signal, I basically just duplicated the long signal and changed a few things here. First thing I changed is the name, and the second thing, instead of what I've always shown in the blog post, previous ones, the color bar based on alert condition study changed a couple of months ago, and it now has an option to output a custom value when true. This makes it a bit easier to generate that -1 for a sell condition. The SST AT takes in a -1 from a signal study to issue a short trade. So this is what we set. We use custom values, set a custom value to -1, and make sure that the alert condition is true for a short entry. The short entry is opposite the long one, so that's basically the 40 being less than the 80, and the cross from above on the CCI to the 0 line. And that will generate the condition for the short side. And that's, in this case, a red colored bar. So let's have a look at that. See the red colored bar right in here. Let's take the long exit out of this picture for a better view. You can see these are bars where the short condition is met. And if you look at the tool values window, you can also see that color bar value and those bars is -1. And that's what we need for the SST AT. All right, almost there. We have the short exit. Again, I duplicated the long exit and I started with the new name, short exit, and another color and the alert condition to identify that exit. And basically it's the opposite of the long exit, changing this one and changing this one from above to below. The exit condition needs to be a 1 for evaluation by the SST AT, so that's all pretty straightforward. So if this condition is met, the active short trade will be exited. Let's have a look. There's a few occasions here where that happens, and here as well. So for the view of clarity, the exits will be hidden, and we can add the SST AT. So that's the custom study. If you signed up, you will get that Autotrading bundle here. It's got a lot of studies, but the Autotrader study is the most important one. And we go into its settings. You can click on the description button. If you do that, it will show you a basically, like here, a little web page in the browser. I'll put it inside here, and that web page will go through all the settings. So if you have doubts about the settings, you can take a look at the description page. And if you still have questions, you can always email me and I will try to answer them. So the first thing we want to do here is set the session times. Let's keep this in so we have the rules at hand right there. So let's go through the settings. The session times, we have 01 till 1600. Right there. We have quite a few default settings we can keep. We have a target and a stop order. Quantity is 1. We have maximum position size of 1. We keep the timing force of the orders to day. And here is the first actual necessary setting. That's to identify the long signal study and the short signal study. So those referenced will be done. We will set the evaluation of the signal study to bar close, bar is closed, it will enter a trade if one of these signals is received. We want to set a buy stop order one tick above the signal bar. So let's have a look at that. We have to identify the order type. It's a stop order. We have to look at the stop order entry price here. That's the high of the signal bar or the low of the signal bar. Now the high for buys and the low for sells. We also have that one tick offset, so that's right here, the stop order entry price offset of 1 tick. So that takes care of the order entry. Cancellation is not stated here what needs to happen, but it's something you really need to consider, because a stop order or a limit order is not a guaranteed fill, and you will need to think about what you want to do with trades that are not immediately filled, or do they need to be filled, do they need to be cancelled. You have options here to cancel a waiting order. Depending on your choice, you'll have these sub-settings available to identify that moment of cancellation. What you could also do, and that's what we're going to do right now, is we will set a reversal option of waiting orders. So if we have an opposing signal received, we will reverse the waiting order. So the long is there and a short is received, the long is cancelled and the short is issued. That will keep us in the loop of new signals. So that's the cancellation. Then we have the exit. You want to use an exit study. We identified the exit conditions. So this is the long exit right here, and the short exit is identified right there. The first target, it's a target of $500 fixed target value. As we use the ES, that's 40 ticks, fixed value in ticks. There's no second target, there's no third target, but they can be set independently. There's a fixed stop value, in this case of $250, so that's 20 ticks in the ES. So that will be the stop. You want to use a move to break even based on a value trigger, and the value trigger subsetting is right below with 20 ticks. So the stop moves to break even when $250 is hit. We have a little offset here as well, and there will be a -1 offset. No further other rules are set in this little example, so we don't need to set any other settings for now. This will be all for the SST AT settings. So we push OK. What you need to do to make sure when you start auto trading, set the auto trading global on, have your auto trading enabled on the chart. It would be advisable to run this in simulation mode as well. If you run off simulation, you will get a little warning and this will turn orange, right? So for testing, do it in sim mode, see what you get. You can turn it on with the button. I didn't go through, but the other video has that setting, but you need to make sure you have a control bar button there, and you can identify that button number in your SST AT and the text as well. And that button will be used to turn on and off the study. As you can see, the study is now on. We are not in an active time because it's past 1600. And with this all set, you're ready to go. What you could do is use Autotrade Replay Backtest, and that will go through your chart and run a backtest at maximum speed. And those will show up, show your fills on the chart. If that's done, you could then go back in the chart and see what happened, and maybe do a replay in slow motion on that actual moment to see what the AT did. As you can see, the trades are being issued, and the backtest is performing. If you want to go into the trade results, you can at the end go to your trade activity log and see your statistics and everything that happened with the trades. So this will finalize. This is how it works basically. A simple setup with a few rules, and you can test out a trade idea. So I will leave the chart book below the video, and hit me up if you have any questions, and I'll be back shortly with a new video. Thanks for your attention. Have a good one. Bye-bye.